Right, so we're going to do the use of mirrors and the emergency stop, yeah?
Okay.
Obviously, it's two subjects,
Mm-hmm.
but they do tie in together, and I'll show you how you can tie them in when we get to the area where we're going to do the emergency stop. So, if you were taking your test, this would be phase one, so we've done in the car park, yeah?
Okay.
So on the area that that we're driving to do the emergency stop, the best way of approaching this is to remember that I have been using the mirrors.
Yep.
I probably would have I would have had a controls lesson. I would have done moving up and stopping. I probably would have done emerging and left and right hand turns. So I would have been using the mirrors. I think a good way of looking at this is to think maybe I've been out practicing with a member of my family,
Okay.
and I may have got into the habits, or I just may not understand why I should be checking the mirrors, or I may have gotten the bad habits of getting them in the wrong order and not checking them at all, yeah?
Okay.
So I would suggest on the early junctions and the initial move in and out around park cars is that you talk me through what ones to check and tell me why I'm which ones to check, why I'm checking them,
Mhm.
and the consequence of not checking them.
Yep.
That way, then I'll pick it up quite easy, yeah?
Yep.
Because what we want to try and do is for me to be independent, so you can start prompting me before we get to the area.
Okay.
Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if we were turning right, what would you say to me about the mirrors?
Okay, Tony, we're going to be turning right, so I would like you to check the interior mirror for distance of speed,
Yeah.
what's behind you, and check the right mirror to make sure no one's overtaking us. The reason why we check that is if there was anyone overtaking us, we'd let them go. For the simple fact is that if it was a cyclist or a motorbike, we would obviously hit them as they were going past us.
Yeah, so if there's anybody overtaking us, they would... we could actually force them into the path of an oncoming car, yeah?
Yep.
So that's the reason why we let them go. So if I'm coming up to a parked car and I have to move out...
You check your right mirror.
No,
Well,
check the interior mirror for distance of speed.
and then right mirror to make sure there's no one overtaking us. And then
And if there was...
you'd obviously let them go.
Let them go.
Otherwise, you'd force them into oncoming traffic.
Good.
And then you check your left mirror to come back in, to make sure that it's clear for you to come back in.
Yeah.
That no one's followed you up behind and trying to overtake you on the left.
What it probably would be is that the vehicle I'm moving back in after overtaking, there could well be somebody in it, and they may well move away,
that was
and so there's a possibility they could hit me, yeah?
So just as you're overtaking them, they move as well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And then what, the middle one to straighten up again? After
yeah,
you've checked.
new road,
Yep.
new mirrors, so it's going to be interior mirror,
Yep.
to check what's followed me into the new road, and the right hand door mirror to see if anybody's overtaken me, because I'll be just getting speed up.
Yep.
And if they were overtaking me, I'd let them go.
Yep.
And the consequence of not letting them go is I may well force them into the path of an oncoming car, yeah?
Okay.
And then there's the updating of the mirrors every 4, 5, 6 seconds, yeah? It's important to know what's behind me all the time,
Yep.
yeah? So then if I do have to take any action on what's happened ahead, I know what's behind me. And therefore, if I see somebody slowing down, a couple of 100 yards down the road, or if I see an incident, then I can slow down a bit earlier, and that gives that car behind me, especially if it's very close to me, time to react. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when we get to the area, do the emergency stop then, or just before we get to that area, then just prompt me. So we're going to turn right here. What mirrors are you going to check? If the information you've given me is being good.
Yep.
And you've given me, what mirror to check, why, and the consequence of not checking it, then I should go back and, excuse me, then I should be able to come back and tell you,
the correct.
Yeah, the correct mirrors, yeah?
Okay. So, based on the fact that I won't be from Luton, he'll be telling me where we're going, do you assume that 5-minute drive, 3 minutes of you, and then 2 minutes of prompting? Just to kind of, because you won't know exactly where you're going. Does that...
Well, it's not a matter, it's not down to time, it's down to you getting the information in very early, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
So
as long as you've said it, couple of minutes, and the information's clear, then you can start prompting for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Yep.
Right, so I'll set myself up. So
Okay, Tony, if you set yourself up as
oh,
normal,
yes,
please.
okay, let's nip it there.
Tony, if you just lean back to normal driving position
Well
and
done.
check
Good
the
lad.
mirror.
Good lad. This is really important in this subject because the subject is mirrors.
Yeah, you want to make sure
That's-
straight away.
That's probably the one time where they may well move around in the seat, and if you don't spot it, you'll have you will get a lifeline on the move.
Yep.
When you got to check the mirrors, they'll
Yeah,
be
lean
they'll be
forward.
moving around. If you haven't spotted it when they set them up, and you spot it on the move,
Still okay.
don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Pull them over.
Yeah.
And get them to reset that mirror. Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you don't, you'll be in trouble. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Just tell me what you can see in the interior mirror, Tony.
Oh, I can see the top and bottom of the back window,
Yep.
and I can see the edge of my head restraint, the edge of yours.
Excellent. And just in your normal driving position, what can you see leaning back normal?
Oh,
What
yeah.
can you see
I
the,
can see, I
in
can
the
see
right
the door
mirror?
handles and a bit of sky and a bit of road.
Okay, and what can you see in
And the
this
same
one?
with that one.
Okay, fantastic.
So just give me a couple of questions on the mirrors then.
Okay, Tony, just
What kind of glass in that mirror?
yeah. Do you remember what kind of glass the interior mirror has?
Oh, that's that true picture one, isn't it?
Okay, and what about this one here?
Oh,
or that one?
that's kind of curvy glass, isn't it?
Okay. So, which one would you look at for distance of speed, Tony, to make sure that you get an accurate picture of what's behind you?
Oh, that one.
Okay, and what would you see? Would you see vehicles appear closer than they are or further away than they are in that one?
Oh, they look closer, but they're actually further back.
They look closer, hang on. They look close. I always get confused
Yeah.
with this. They look closer, but they're actually further back. No, they're closer, but they look further back. So that would be...
They look further away, but they're actually closer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So they look... Yeah, they are closer, but they look further back.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to turn right out of parking bay,
Okay.
and then we're going to turn left at the T-junction.
Okay, so we're going to turn right up here, Tony, and then next left at the T-junction. So which mirrors are we going to... No, so... Okay. Right, so check your middle mirror to see what's
Alright.
following in, Tony. Following up behind, and we're going to take a left at the T-junction. So just check the middle mirror
Yeah.
for distance speed and the left mirror
Oh.
to see if there's anything overtaking us. And just going to... Tony, just check the interior mirror again for distance and
Alright.
speed, and the right mirror to make sure there's no one overtaking us. There's a parked car coming up, Tony, so what I want you to do is check the interior mirror for distance, speed, and right mirror to make sure there's no one overtaking us. If there was someone overtaking us, we'd let them go.
Alright.
Otherwise, we'd force them onto incoming traffic.
Oh, no, yeah, that's
Into
fine.
oncoming traffic. Okay. Same again, Tony. So just check the middle mirror for me, and just check the right mirror as we come out to make sure there's no one overtaking us. And again, if there was someone overtaking us, we'd let them go. Otherwise, we'd force them into that vehicle
Oh, right,
there.
yeah, that's
And the
exactly
left
right.
mirror just to come back in, Tony, to make sure that the vehicle that we've overtaken hasn't suddenly moved off with us.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then the interior mirror just to check the latest update, what's behind us.
And we're going to
I'd
follow
probably-
the road straight on.
And we're going to follow the
Doing
road
well.
straight on.
Just get carried on.
Probably want to just keep checking the mirror every 4 to 5 seconds, Tony, just to get an accurate picture of what's behind us.
Right.
And obviously we've just approached a roundabout, so we want to make sure that we can, before we brake, we check the interior mirror to see what's behind us. Okay, so again, Tony, it's a new road, so just check the middle mirror for me
Alright.
to make sure, check for distance and speed
Yep.
behind us, and the right mirror to make sure there's no one suddenly trying to overtake us as we speed up. And we've just passed an car on the left, so I missed that one. But I was still explaining about the...
Yeah, carry on.
back
Honestly.
Tony. So we've got a car coming up ahead, so I'd just like you to check the interior mirror before we
Alright.
start braking, and make sure there's nothing too close to us, and just check the right mirror for me as we overtake it to make sure there's no one overtaking us. If there was obviously someone to our right, we'd let them go, otherwise we'd force them onto the oncoming Mercedes there.
Oh, right,
and then
right,
just
yeah.
check the left mirror to make sure that car isn't reversed back, or a cyclist, and then the interior mirror
And we're
here,
gonna
Tony.
turn right.
And we're going to turn right at the next roundabout, at the next T junction. It's not a roundabout. So I just want you to check the interior mirror, Tony, for distance speed, and the right mirror to make sure there's no one overtaking us right at the junction, which they shouldn't.
Yeah, don't forget to move at the consequences.
And, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, I can emerge. Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
I can emerge. You can keep talking about.
Okay. The reason we check that right mirror, Tony, is to make sure that there's no one trying to overtake us. If they were, we'd obviously let them pass, otherwise we'd force them into a car potentially turning into this road.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so this is a new road, Tony. So which mirror are we going to check, Tony?
I'm going to check the middle mirror.
Okay, and why do we check the middle mirror?
And see that van coming up really fast behind me.
Okay, and what would be the consequence of not checking that middle mirror, Tony?
I wouldn't know he's there, would I?
Okay, fantastic. And what other mirror would you check after that, just as we pulled into this new road, Tony?
Oh, I check that right door mirror, don't I?
Yeah, and why would you check that as well?
Oh, just to make sure that van's not overtaking me.
Yeah, and what would you do if the van did try and overtake you?
Wouldn't I have to let them go, because I might force them into that van there?
Yeah, fantastic, that's good. And just got a parked car here, Tony, so just remind me which mirrors you've just checked.
Interior and right to move out around them.
Okay, so why have we checked the interior?
Because that van's really close to me.
Yeah, so distance, speed, and the right mirror you checked for?
To make sure he's not going to go for the overtake.
Excellent, and then
Again,
just...
he's in that car, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would. And just as you came back in after that, what would you have checked, Tony?
I'm checking to make sure that vehicle doesn't move away as I go past, yeah?
Yeah, fantastic. And if it did move away suddenly, what would you do, Tony?
I'll probably have to let him go, because he's probably going to drive straight into me, isn't he?
Yeah, so that'd be a good idea. Excellent. And what mirror would you be checking right about now, Tony, even though we're not turning left or right?
Oh, the middle mirror, is that right?
Yeah, that's good. So every 4 to 5 seconds?
Oh, that's updating myself.
Yeah, just so you know what's going on. So when you've got no reason to check the other mirrors, always check the middle mirror every 4 to 5 seconds, rather than not checking any mirrors at all. And why would you just check that every 4 to 5 seconds, Tony?
Well, to keep myself updated about what happens behind.
Yeah, which is quite important. What would you do if the picture changed or if someone tried to overtake you?
Well, at least I know what's happening, wouldn't I? I'd be able to either slow down and move over or whatever.
Excellent.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left, Tony. So just talk me through which mirrors you're going to check,
middle
Tony.
mirror,
Okay.
distance speed, left-hand door mirror, see if any cyclists coming on the inside of me.
Yep, and if there was any cyclists?
I'd let them go.
Fantastic.
What would be the consequence of not letting them go?
And yeah, what would be the consequence of not letting them go?
I'd squash them, wouldn't I?
You would, yeah.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right, Tony. So just
middle
talk me
mirror
through which
and right-hand door mirror.
Fantastic. And the reasons you check those again?
The middle mirror to see what's following me into the new road, so I get the distance and speed of it.
Okay.
And the right-hand door mirror to make sure they're not overtaking me.
Yeah, and what would be the consequence of not checking those mirrors, which is what you've just said? What would happen if they did try and overtake you, Tony?
I'd have to let them go, wouldn't I?
Otherwise...
Well, I could force them into the path of another vehicle, couldn't I?
Yeah. So just as you come into this road, Tony, which mirror did you check?
Oh, interior one to see what's followed me.
Yep.
And the right-hand one to see if there's anybody overtaking me.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right.
Check the interior mirror.
Yep.
And the right-hand door mirror.
Okay. The reasons.
Checking the interior one to see distance and speed.
Yep.
And the right-hand door mirror to see if anybody's overtaking me.
Yep.
And if they were, I'd let them go.
Fantastic.
Because if I didn't, I could force them into. There could be a car coming out this junction, couldn't it?
Brilliant. And we've just turned into a new road, so you check the
interior one and the right one.
Fantastic.
And we're going to stop on the left.
And we're going to stop on the left.
So we're going to check the interior mirror, left-hand door mirror. They'll be around, so I don't think it's signalling. No.
Excellent.
Yes, these mirrors are quite easy when you understand the reasons why, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as long as you know, it's important. See, before I wasn't really, why and the consequences. Once you know that, then you can keep going because you know the answer every time. And
that was very good. That was very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd carry on going until you get to. There wouldn't be a quiet.
Yeah. Well, you
keep prompt, or at least let them tell you.
The last 3 or 4 minutes was you prompted me, so therefore you now know that learning is taking place, don't you?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Where if you hadn't prompted me, you'd be wondering, well. Has he got or hasn't he got it, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Cool.
Right, so we're now going to move on to the emergency stop brief, yeah? And we'll have a chat there.
Okay.
So you got your visual planner?
Yep. I was just thinking I might just take this coat off. So it's quite warm.
It's 12 degrees. So what I'll do is I'll pause that and then I'll